Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Ryan C. from the School Anabolic Bodybuilding Members Community asked, during a maintenance phase, running TRT and GH is taking more than 2 units of GH nightly a waste if I'm only on 130 milligrams of test sip per week. It depends on what your goals are, possibly. I mean, look, if I am running a maintenance phase, my goal, I don't know about you, is I want to bring all the exogenous hormone use back down into physiological ranges. I want to allow some of the stress that I put my body under to wash off. I want to allow myself time to recover. And to me, what makes the most sense is to move into a replacement dose. From what I recall, a replacement dose of growth hormone, if you want to get yourself back to the 20 to 25-year-old growth hormone production that a young adult male would have, is somewhere around 0.5 milligram per day. I think that's what I remember reading in studies. I could be wrong about that, but that's ballpark what I remember. If we want to translate that into bro-IU math, that works out to 1.5 to 3 units of growth hormone per day. So 2 units would be a perfectly acceptable replacement dose. Gets you back into physiological ranges, allows your body to have some sort of recovery, pull you back down to a baseline, get you ready for your next phase. Now, there's also an argument to be made. We have a lot of data, 30 years or so, close to 30 years, like 25 years worth of data on clinical use of Serostim in HIV patients. They are administered 18 units of Serostim daily without the use of anabolics, and we don't really see much anabolism in they aren't walking around jacked. Now, granted, their immune system compromised. There's a bunch of other things that are moving it, but we can extrapolate some certain things from that. What I've seen and what we, in the community know, that there seems to be a synergy between growth hormone, testosterone, and insulin. You pair all three together and you scale those up together, that there is an increase in anabolism. Growth hormone by itself is not really that anabolic. It's the combination of all three, which likely leads to increased IGF-1 production that leads to anabolism. And there is an argument to be made that running lower doses of testosterone, you're probably not going to get much anabolism by pushing the GH up higher. There really is little to no benefit unless you're looking for joint and connective tissue health and, maybe some of the improved sleep, some of the other things that come along with GH, but you're likely just wasting your money and not allowing yourself to fully recover. So I would just come down to baseline replacement dose. And there seems to be a correlation between testosterone dose and diet plays a role in it too, testosterone dose and your GH dose. So as you push your testosterone dose up, your GH needs to go up correspondingly. I think I heard Vigorous Steve talk about this recently. I could be wrong about that. I don't remember what the math was that he came up with. But that's just the anecdote that I've seen, is that as you push GH up, testosterone needs to come out too, or you're not really going to get much of an effect out of it. Now, for me personally, I found the sweet spot for GH when I'm blasting is somewhere in the 8 to 10 unit range, if I can work my way up there and tolerate the side effects. More works. When I'm on a health phase, I pull down to 2 to 4 units. That's where I like to be. I find that that's enough to let myself recover and have a good health phase.